Today we're going to take a look at creating our standard IDW. I've been excited for this one so I can show you how to do a detail version here. Okay, and a detailed view up here is what we use because on our part, trying to put all of these dimensions and all this information on this small tiny area will be very confusing to take a look at and read. So that's what the purpose of a detailed view is. Okay. We're also going to specify how to get this bolt circle to go around here, show you how to do that, and apply some center marks, all of which is kind of new, along with this angular dimension as well. Okay, let's have a little fun creating this IDW. In our inventor, we're going to go up to the top in our ribbon bar, select a new standard IDW, this icon right here, and click Create. Once again, we're going to change our sheet size from D size sheet to a B size. So sheet size 1 over here. Put your cursor on sheet 1 in our model browser. Right click, edit sheet. And we're going to choose B. And click OK. That looks good. Next, let's place our view. So let's go up to our top in our ribbon bar. Click Base. Go to your Browse folder with the magnifying glass. And you're going to scroll all the way down in your H drive and find your part. Okay, this is 4Jam. My H drive is up here, gray box, green line underneath. Find your part. Click Open. Click OK. And I'm going to take my cursor and push my front view somewhere about here. Okay. Next, I'm going to come up to the top and I'm going to select Projected from our ribbon bar at the top. Now, I have this part already attached to mine. However, if you click Projected and there's nothing attached to your cursor, bring your mouse to your cursor to your front view, click, and it will connect for you. And then we're going to place a right side view, a pictorial isometric view. Move your mouse up to the top right corner, and then right click and create. Those of you using your iPad, you may have to go up to that pull down window shade at the top and use your mouse tool in order to get the right click feature to create. Okay, now let's take a look at our front view here. We've worked with base, projected, and we did section in the last couple of these. Now we're going to go on to our detail. We're going to give a detail a try. So click the detail tool. Now the way that this works, you put your mouse where you want it to go, and it's kind of the center of that circle. You're going to click. That opens up this menu here. Okay, now we want the center of where we want that view circle to be. So if you take a look at this, do you see how it's going to create this detailed view? Okay, so where's the center of that? You can see I chose that right there. So on my drawing, I'm going to click kind of the center of this circle is good reference. Click, and I'm going to start stretching out this circle. Okay, now notice at any time if you're not happy with the way that it's looking, just press escape and try it again. Detail, click once to get that menu to pop up. Then we're going to click and stretch out a circle. It doesn't have to be perfect. We just want that full island in the middle of that circle. Once you're happy, click, and now I have it attached to my cursor. Okay, zoom all, magnifying glass piece of paper, and I'm going to come over here to the left-hand side of my page, and I'm going to click. Okay, you can also take and move this around just like you can any other view that's in there. So after you place your dimensions, if you don't have enough room at the top, you can slide it down. And notice how the cutout version here around the outside looks different than the cutout version that's along my sheet. And that's okay. That's just computer generated to show that it's material that's around there. Okay, so however it shows up is how it shows up. The main important part is this detailed area. Now let's move on to our dimensions. Okay, click your Annotate tab at the top. We're going to place our dimensions on. Once again, they're just matching the PDF drawing that we had original created. We're going to place all those on, just matching the same ones that are there. For the hole that's in the middle, remember we used the hole and thread tool. Okay, if you wanted to take and place a dimension on there for islands, Okay, if you wanted to do something like that, we would have to use this leader and text. So you can click on that, touch a spot on your island, bring that out, press enter with your keyboard, and then you can type for islands and whatever other information you want to put in there. And when you're finished, just click OK, and it adds that note in there for us as well. Let's move on, keep going around our dimensions. Let's take a look at our side view and our front view. So my side view, I have my thickness dimension and the thickness of those islands. You see how that puts my 0.25 to the inside? I have to reverse that. So click the left side first, then the right side, and that'll put it into the right spot for you so that your dimensions are not overlapping. Still with my dimension tool, I can click the outside of my circle here to place the overall dimension. I can place my whole dimension. Now I don't have to do anything with the islands because those are already specified up in the top. I need this hole identified though. And if I want to, I can click on this dimension, put my cursor in the front window here, and add an additional note, 4 holes, click OK, and it adds it to my dimension down here. Okay, that's cool. Now, if you take a look, I have that bolt hole circle going around here, and I have some other lines that are on here like this center mark. So we're going to show you how to do those because we need these center lines on there in order to create my 45-degree dimension and to get this diameter for the bolt hole circle. Okay, let's show you how to do that. Up in the top in our ribbon bar, I'm going to come up to my first area here where it's I have my center marks. I'm going to click that lower left one, that's a plain center mark, and I'm going to click the outside of my circle. And that puts a center mark right on the middle of my part. Right above it, it has a center line. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to come around and I'm going to click my first hole, click my second hole, and I realize it puts it into a straight line, but I'm coming over to my third hole, and now it turns into a circular. Do you see that? Click my fourth hole, and then with your mouse tool on an iPad, or right click, click create. Remember, you have to do that with your iPad. You have to go up to that shade at the top in order to get your mouse and then use the right click feature on it. Now we have our bolt hole circle on there. We have our center mark. Now we can identify some of these other ones. For example, that angular one. I need to click my center mark in the middle, and then I'm going to come in here, and I don't want that circle part of that center line. I want the angled line for that hole on that center mark. And now I get my 45 degrees. Okay, let me show you how to do that again. I'll click undo. Dimension. I'm going to click my main center mark. That's the one that goes all the way through the middle. And then I'm going to come over to my hole that's over here. And you see how it's divided into the red circle and this red vertical line. Okay, that's at an angle. That's the one that I want, is the one that's at an angle. Click, and that gives me my 45 degrees. Okay. Next, I need that bolt hole circle dimension as well. So with my dimension tool, I'm going to click that circle that makes the red center mark going around and bring this out to there. Okay, that looks great. You have all the information that you need. We need one more that is on here, and that's how high off the center mark to the bottom of this rectangle. Then we're finished. So I'm going to click my center mark, bottom of that rectangle, bring that dimension out, and that adds and finishes up our dimensions. Okay, let's go up to the top, go to Orange File, let's go down to Save As. We're going to make sure that this is going into our H drive. First initial, last name 000. That's from the pull down menu all the way down to the bottom. Has that gray box with the green line underneath of it. My part name still is For Jam and Lammers. You're going to have your last name in there, and click Save. Now to get this into the format that we can take and turn it in to Google Classroom, we're going to come up to the orange file on the left hand side, go down to Export, and we're going to export PDF. Once again into my H drive, still have my file name is correct, and click Save. And that exports it to our H drive, and from there you can take and turn it into Google Classroom. Okay, please make sure you turn in your screenshots and the PDF form of this drawing. Great job. We'll find out something next for you to do.